There was a girl in our village who changed everything about herself to be liked. Her clothes, her voice, even her dreams. But the harder she tried, the emptier she felt inside. Her name was Priya, and she was 14 when this story begins. Every morning, she would stand in front of her small mirror, asking herself the same question. What will make them accept me today? You see, Priya had moved to our village just 6 months earlier. Her father got a new job, and suddenly she was the outsider, trying to fit into a group of girls who had known each other since childhood. At first, she tried being herself. She loved reading books, drawing in her notebook, and wearing her grandmother's simple cotton dresses. But within days, she noticed the other girls whispering. They wore bright colors and tight jeans. They talked about movies and boys, not books and art. And maybe you know this feeling too, when you're desperate to belong somewhere, and you start noticing every way you're different, every way you don't fit in. So Priya began to change. First, she begged her mother for new clothes, trendy tops, designer shoes they couldn't afford. Her mother worked extra hours to buy them. Then she changed how she spoke. The other girls used slang and spoke loudly, so she started copying their words, their tone. She stopped mentioning the books she loved. She pretended to find the same things funny. But here's what broke my heart watching her. It was never enough. When she dressed like them, they said she was trying too hard. When she laughed at their jokes, they said she was fake. When she offered to do their homework, they took it, but still didn't include her in their plans. And you know what the real tragedy was? Every day she changed a little more. She lost a little more of who she actually was. The girl who once drew beautiful pictures stopped drawing. The girl who loved stories stopped reading. The girl who had her own opinions, well, she stopped having any opinions at all. But the approval she was chasing, it never came. Because how can someone truly accept you when you don't even know who you are anymore? The cost was devastating. She lost herself completely. Her interests, her voice, her dreams, her authentic joy. And still she remained on the outside, looking in. One evening, Priya came home crying. Again, her mother found her throwing away all her old books and art supplies. I don't need these anymore, Priya said, her voice hollow. I need to be like them. Her mother sat on the floor beside the scattered books and picked up one of Priya's old drawings. It was beautiful. A sketch of their old village, full of life and detail. Beta, her mother said softly, when you throw away everything that makes you who you are, what's left for anyone to love? Priya stopped. For the first time in months, she really looked at herself. She was wearing clothes that felt uncomfortable, speaking words that weren't hers, pretending to like things that bored her. I just want them to accept me, she whispered. But child, her mother said, holding up the drawing, the girl who created this, she's worth knowing, she's worth loving. But if you hide her away completely, how will the right people ever find her? That night, Priya made a decision that changed everything. She decided to stop chasing approval and start building self-respect instead. The next day, she wore one of her grandmother's cotton dresses. When someone made fun of her outfit, she said simply, I like how I feel in this dress. Some girls still ignored her, but you know what happened? 2 other girls, quiet ones she'd never noticed before, came and sat with her. One asked about her book. Another admired her simple style. Within a week, she had found her people. Not the popular group she'd been chasing, but girls who appreciated her mind, her kindness, her authentic self. And here's what Priya learned, and what I hope you'll remember too. When you live for other people's approval, you become a stranger to yourself. You start believing that who you really are isn't good enough, But the truth is, you can't find genuine connection by pretending to be someone else. The people who are meant to be in your life will love your real laugh, not your fake one. They'll value your true thoughts, not your borrowed opinions. They'll appreciate your authentic style, not your desperate imitation of theirs. Self-respect isn't about thinking you're perfect. It's about knowing you're worth knowing, just as you are. It's about understanding that the right people will see your value without you having to perform for it. Stop chasing approval like it's water in the desert. Start building self-respect like it's a home you want to live in. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself every single moment. Make sure the person you're becoming is someone you actually like. The approval of others feels good for a moment, but self-respect, that lasts a lifetime. As Maya Angelou once said, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude.